Hello Internet, I'm Josway, and this is Dawnsbury Days, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition licensed game made to faithfully recreate the tabletop rules in video game form. As a GM who is familiar with the rules, but new to the system and has not played a lot of Pathfinder, I wanted to find a game to explore character builds and combat tactics, and this one seems to be right up my alley, exactly what I'm looking for. So we're going to give it a shot. This game comes with a bunch of DLC that takes you, the first story takes you from levels 1 to 4. There's a 5 to 8 expansion and a level 9 expansion, and a new expansion was just announced covering levels 10 to 15. For me, I'm most interested in the 1 to 4. So we're going to go ahead and lead the Dawnsbury 4 in their first quest, starting with nothing less than retrieving a long-last artifact from an abandoned temple. So I'm going to custom start, which is probably going to take a while. I'll put some chapters in the video so you can skip ahead. But essentially, what I'm going to do is I am going to be recreating the players in the tabletop campaign I'm running, which is the Season of Ghosts Adventure Path. And we're going to recreate that group. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this character creation now. So I'm going to recreate my players as best I can. If you rename your character, subtitles and text will change, but voice acting will still refer to the... Okay, so we'll cancel that. We'll keep the current name. So we've got two ladies. What are their names? Safi and Tokdar. All right. Create 4 characters. These 4 characters will form your adventuring party. In Dawnsbury Days official adventure paths, the characters' personalities and voices are fixed, but you can change any other aspect of each character. All right, so in my game, we've got a male human alchemist, a Tanuki male sorcerer, we've got a male halfling animist, and we've got a female ranger. So I guess we'll try to make that work here. Who's gonna be? I guess Scarlet can be my alchemist. We can have Tokdar here. I don't know if I could change the artwork or the tokens, but Tokdar can be my sorcerer. Safi can be my halfling, which makes Anna Costa my ranger. Let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so Anna Costa is a leader of the Dawnsbury 4, wise, contemplative, mature, motherly, and confident. The Dawnsbury Days Adventure Path expects Anna to have been leading the Dawnsbury 4 for a few years now and to command the respect and admiration of her party members. Human or elf ancestry and the natural leader background are good fits, but other ancestries and backgrounds also make sense for Anna. Any class is appropriate. This is interesting. So my ranger in my game, Hannah-chan, has red hair. Let's see. Anime. Interesting. I don't mind the anime look for this. This is pretty close to, sort of close. Hannah-chan has more freckles, but that's okay. Let's see. So let's pick the ancestry. She's going to be human. That's fine. I guess, let's see, human. So I'm not sure, this is my first time playing the game, so I'm not exactly sure what the remainder of this requires. She's got the natural leader. Constitution, charisma, intimidating glare. Free background. Athletics. Acrobatics. We'll go with athletics here. Now, what is the remainder here? Oh, skilled heritage or versatile heritage. Okay, I've got to choose a sub-ancestry. I can't really remember. I'll pick... An extra feat's always nice. We'll pick versatile heritage. For class, definitely going to be our ranger here. And then definitely the... Well, let's see. I believe Hannah-chan has the Flurry Hunter's Edge, so we'll stick with that. For ability scores, she went all in on strength. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. What else do we want? So probably some constitution and some dexterity, right? That seems fine. Skills. Let's see. What else? So, I think she went with some diplomacy. What else do I have? I have 3 more options. As a ranger, she should have nature. She does. Let's see. I think stealth, society, maybe. And what's the last one going to be? She did perform a rather. Well, she doesn't have any charisma. Yeah, I didn't give her any wisdom, huh? Let's pick up a point of wisdom, too. And then we got one more option here. Let's see. Well, maybe acrobatics, since I gave her a couple points in dex there. That seems good. What am I missing here? Oh, I have more boosts. Okay. We'll take another point of constitution. And extra skills from intelligence, or maybe a point of charisma there for the diplomacy. Maybe we'll swap society for deception since I gave her that point. Okay, ancestry feat. What do we have here? Checks to aid, extra feat, extra first level class feat, extra skills. Extra feat's always nice. You got versatile heritage general feat here. There's a lot of... So this is the part of Pathfinder where I'm not that familiar, is the insane build variety and the various options here. What do we have? Breath control. Any acumen. Expert in a save is good. Initiative is good. Toughness is great. Skill feats. Quick jump. Titan wrestler. She is strong in athletics, so I think maybe Titan wrestler is a good pickup here. Ranger feat. Gravity weapon I know she picked. So she gains the Warden spell and a focus point. The rest of the encounter, on your first weapon strike each round, you gain a status bonus to damage equal to twice the number of weapon damage dice. So two points of damage to this status bonus is nice. We'll pick that up. And the general training feat. Let's see. We're back here. I think maybe canny acumen. We'll pick up the expert in will. Why not? All right, so now it's time for shop and inventory. So for ranged weaponry, she had a 2-handed bow. It was one of the Tian Sha weapons, so I'm not sure if that's available here. I'll just give her a longbow. And then for her main weapon, she had a Naginata. I'm not sure if that's going to be available either. Doesn't look like it. So the long spear is similar, I think. Sure, why not? We'll give her a long spear to work with. Or there's something more interesting. There's a Ranseur. That's got a 1d10. Comes with disarm. Extra reach. 2-handed. All right, let's go with a Ranseur. And then how much money does she have left? She's got 7 left. Okay, so for armor, my character, interestingly, started with the studded leather, which was a deliberate choice. Her character in our campaign is not an adventurer and is more interested in being fleet of foot, and for roleplay reasons would not have chainmail. The extra 2 AC, however, is going to be pretty good here, and I think in our game she'll probably pick up chainmail or a breastplate pretty quickly. She has the strength to wear either. I think the chainmail is probably better. Although, if we need stealth checks, chainmail is noisy. This is more expensive and we can't afford it. Let's start with the studded leather or the chainmail. I think I'll be true here. I'll stick with the studded leather since it's cheaper. She doesn't have any of this stuff. Scrolls, horn items. Do I need to buy ammunition? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't have a shield. In-game, I can go ahead and give her... I guess, yeah, we do have one minor healing potion available. All right, so there's Anna Costa, my ranger, all specced out. Okay, next up, we're going to do Scarlet here. Scarlet is going to be, I think we said, yeah, this is going to be my alchemist. So let's set this up. He had dark hair. He was sort of, yeah, this works. This works. We're gonna be Scarlet. Ancestry's gonna be human. We'll go versatile heritage again. Background. Acrobatics, athletics. Guess we'll go with a free background here. For class, you're going to be the alchemist, and my alchemist is a mutagenist. For ability scores, now this is where things get interesting. My player went all in on intelligence, and then sacrificed some other stuff. I think he needs 2 points of dex to be able to throw bombs, and a point of constitution, so he's not quite that frail. Although, let's see. I've got 4 free here, so we'll go dex, con. I think he had a point in charisma. So 3 dex isn't too bad for lobbing bombs. We'll leave that as it is. Skills. Let's see. He went all in on, let's see. I think there was medicine. How many do I have? 6 more options. Medicine, nature. I think he went all in on kind of like knowledge. So occultism, we'll go religion. With dex available, he should probably pick up acrobatics, deception, diplomacy. That works for him. Ancestry feat, let's see. More skills. Natural ambition, I think, is good. Let's see. Quick repair, lengthy diversion. There was quick alchemy somewhere. That's the alchemist feat? Is that available in this game? Quick bomber, that's what he picked up, yeah. Natural ambition feat. Bar lobber, that seems great. And then for the versatile heritage, breath control. Let's see, what do we want here? Battle medicine, lengthy diversion, quick repair, trick magic item. I don't think that any of that makes sense. Maybe incredible initiative? Fleet? All right, we'll give him incredible initiative. That's kind of better for the ranger, but she doesn't have it. He can get in here and delay if he needs to. I don't actually know if delay is available in the game. You would think it would be. Check out advanced alchemy. Okay. Let's see. Reagent batches left. Use your reagent batches to make items that improve efficiency. Here, one batch makes 2 items or 3 signature items. Drag and drop an alchemical item from the selection into inventory to convert reagent batches into infused items. Drag and drop an infused item back into selection. Huh. Okay. Well. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure what to do here. Use your reagent batches to make items at an improved efficiency. Okay. One batch makes 2 items or 3 signature items. I don't know what a signature item is. I know he had a bestial mutagen. Reagent batches left. Okay. He had one of these. I think he had the Juggernaut mutagen as well. He had a bunch of bombs. I know he had an elixir of life. And then, let's see. I do not see... He had like a smoke bomb. He had a... I know he had a bunch of bottled lightning. I don't see the glue bomb. So a lot of this we're just gonna have to guess with. He had some acid flasks. Let's see, I've got a little bit left. Let's grab... What does this do? Mental damage? All right, we'll take a Dread Ampule. Speed penalty. Bludgeoning and Dazzled. Deafened. Oh, let's take another one of these. Maybe another Elixir. And Ghost Charge? I don't know if we're going to be fighting any ghosts at level 1. I want another mutagen? Or a poison here? Probably not. Probably another bomb. I like the... Well, I've already got 2 of these. Bestial and Juggernaut. Let me throw some fire in here. Why not? Now, this says negative 0.17. I guess that's fine. He'll start out maybe with bottled lightning. Let's go to the shop. Needs a dagger and some basic armor. I think he was equipped with like nothing. That works. Inventory is sort of full. What else could he have here? I don't think he has any scrolls. Doesn't have any money. Okay, I guess we're set here. We finished this. All right, so we got our ranger and our alchemist. Tokdar here is going to be my Tanuki sorcerer. So let's see what we have for other ancestries. Do I have something that looks like a kind of a Tanuki? Not really. I guess this is kind of the closest I can get right now. Have anything in here? No, all right, so Tokdar will be our Tanuki. Let's go ahead and select that. I believe he was a virtuous Tanuki. I can't remember. I think so. Go with the background. Go ahead and give him Word of Dawnsbury here. Although intelligence or wisdom doesn't really work. Maybe he'll be the natural leader so he gets that charisma boost. Class is going to be sorcerer. Fire elemental bloodline. Yep, Perfect. Ability scores. We'll take charisma up to 18. What else do we want here? Low wisdom actually works well, as does low intelligence. We'll give him some constitution for survivability, maybe some dex for AC, another point of constitution, maybe a point of strength here. That looks good. Go to skills here. Definitely intimidation, occultism, nope, arcana for a sorcerer. That's it, that's all we get, okay. Ancestry feat, scorched on the crackling mountain, cantrips. Everything is fire related for this guy. So let's see what we've got. Produce flame. Okay. I don't remember, how many does he get? 3 more options, okay. Electric arc. I think he picked up gouging claw. He's already got ignition and produce flame. I think he picked up guidance to help the team as well. I don't remember what else there was. Tanglevine, Tanglefoot. No, he didn't have anything like that. No water. Jumble of rocks? Sure, let's pick that up. Okay. And then the level 1 spell. He already has breathe fire from his background. Perfect. What else do we have here? Burning hands is also a cone and a reflex, so probably I don't want that. Let's see. Mud pit, mystic armor. Runic body. That would synergize well with the mutagens, but let's see. Spider sting, thunder strike. None of these are really speaking to me all that well. What's the difference between breathe fire? 15-foot cone, 2d6 fire damage, reflex save. Are these identical? What's the difference? I think they're the same. I don't need a second copy of that. Magic Fang? No. Mud Pit for control or something like Grease could be good. We're already targeting a reflex save. A will save to fear? Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's grab that. We can get another one here. We have a fortitude save. That's touch, though. Range spell attack? That's water. I don't like that. Weakness to electricity. Leaden steps is interesting, but weakness to electricity is not. Creating some difficult terrain is interesting. 10-foot emanation, noxious vapors. This is like protecting himself to a degree. I kind of like that. Anything else with fortitude? It's touch, though. I don't really want to summon here. All right, we'll stick with noxious vapors. As for the inventory, what's he gonna have for a weapon here? Probably just a dagger. He's not gonna use that a lot. That's free. Sickle's sort of interesting as well. All right, let's give him a sickle. He'll take explorer's clothing. Let's see, what else? I think he does have a scroll or two. Probably a minor healing potion. Let's see. It's all the same stuff, huh? Well, he's really into fire. Give him a extra breathe fire in case he needs it. I guess he has access to these from the alchemist. Sure about that. Yeah, I don't know about any of that. What does holy water do? Splash damage? I can't remember. Do you need a free hand to cast a spell? I feel like you do. It wouldn't hurt for him to have a ranged option here. Crossbow. A hand crossbow? Was this 1d6 versus 1d8 and a hand? Let's throw him a hand crossbow. Why not? That feels good. And then lastly, we've got our halfling animist, Safi here. Supposed to be kind of like rumpled. Like, not quite put together. I don't know that I have anything super great for that here. I guess well, a little bit older maybe, but he's supposed to be a halfling. I guess this is fine. You're going to be a halfling. I think he went observant. I can't remember. Go with the background here. For the sorcerer, we want charisma. Sorry, for the animus, we want wisdom. What do we have here? Ward of... Yeah, we'll take Ward of Dawnsbury. You're going to be an animist. I believe... Yeah, I think he had apparition sense. I think he was a seer. All right, let's go ahead and pick up all the wisdom boosts that we need. We'll get some dex and con, of course. What else have we got here? Another point of constitution wouldn't hurt. Another point of dex wouldn't hurt. And intelligence, I think. That looks good. Go to skills. We got 3 more options. So definitely religion. Oh, that's already selected. We'll pick up occultism. I know he was trained in medicine. What else? Crafting, I believe. The ancestry feat. Is it halfling luck? I don't think so. Unfettered's not bad. I think weapon familiarity, because he had a sling. Can he get the sling right now? He can. Okay, so let's go back and complete our ancestry feat here. Trained in 2 additional skills. Unfettered is kind of cool. But I do like extra feat, so let's go natural ambition. What do we got here? Channeler's stance, circle of spirits. Relinquish control is interesting. Choose another apparition from among those you've attuned to. Oh, the circle of spirits. I think he did pick this. All right. Go ahead and get you your sling. And I believe he had leather armor? Can't wield leather armor in your hand. Oh, I dragged it to the wrong spot. Yeah, he had leather armor. A couple of healing potions. I don't think he had anything else, really, at the start of the campaign, so that's fine. Tuned Apparition should be Custodian of Groves and Gardens. And then he's also got Shepherd of Errant Winds, but that's not in this game, so I got to pick another one here. Let's just look at the cantrip. Shield is good. Ray of Frost. Ignition we already have. Gouging Claw. Telekinetic Projectile. Tanglevine. We already get that. Caustic Blast. Open Door. Vessel spells are interesting too. Store Time. Whispers. Form. I mean, we're probably going to stick with Garden of Healing. So the Vessel spell is less important. Shield is a good defensive trait, but I don't know if I want that. Caustic Blast. Open Door could be interesting. Depends on how this game is doing stuff like that. Forest Form. Polymorph into an insect? Maybe Revelers in Lost Glee here. Some trickster stuff. I like that. Prepared spells. Cantrips. He definitely had light, but it looks like that's not necessarily needed here. Stabilize. Let's pick up... A Fortitude Cone seems good. Ancient Dust. Stuns on a will save? Seems pretty good too, but cones are always great. Oh, this is negative damage? Okay, so maybe not. You know what, I like the idea of daze. We'll take that. Level 1 spell, Bless and Command are both good, but I know about those from other systems. What is this? Sonic damage? A 1 to 3 actions? Kind of like that. What else do we have? I know he should have heal for sure. Although he's got the animist thing for that. Let's see. Bless is always great. You know what? This is interesting. This Concordant Choir. Let's try that. Oh, I got to drag them over. Okay, let's go to Concordant Choir. And then we'll pick up Daze. And what else? Divine Lance? Sure, why not? Well, hold on. Daze is a save. Yeah, all right, let's pick up Divine Lance. That looks good. Primary Apparition is going to be Custodian, and we're done. Okay, so there we go. We've got our Ranger, our Alchemist, our Sorcerer, and our Animist. You have too many alchemical items infused by Scarlet. Okay. Let's go to this and return. Oh, return. Probably this. There we go. And I haven't spent enough treasure, so I can get more. Let's go to the inventory here. All right, I guess we'll just pick up some more. Pick up like a couple more potions. What else can we do? Yeah, you've spent 10. I guess since it's a game, I should grab as much as I can. She's got the 1. She's front line, so let's give her like an extra. See if it complains about that. 47. So I've got 13 points left. What are these. So I get 3 more potions. You've got 2. You're kind of full here. You have no more inventory space with all these infusions. All right, well, you're not going to carry anything anyway. Let's get 1 more over here. Maybe I should be grabbing some of this holy water. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Character creation is done. We've created our characters. We've set up our inventory. It's suboptimal. I understand that. But so is my party that I'm running the campaign for. So we'll start Dawnsbury Days here. Okay. Well, if they've gone to the work of doing some voice acting, let's listen to the narration here.
Our point of light, plain floating through the endless void, bearing a blossoming civilization. Until 7 years ago, when during a single night, thousands upon thousands of rocks smashed into the surface of our point of light. This was the night of the shooting stars, and the beginning of this latest time of danger and turmoil. The night passed, but its consequences did not. From the rocks that fell onto the western reaches emerged otherworldly monsters who began to conquer and consume our lands. The kingdom mobilized, and we assembled great armies to hold the line against these outsiders. We have been only partly successful. A front line emerged between the demons and our lands, and the war came to a stalemate. But men and women were siphoned off the kingdom to reinforce the defensive line, and precious few were left to protect towns like Dawnsbury from the more ordinary threats of marauding orcs and kobolds. Perhaps worse still, the volcano in that corner of the world has started erupting with a terrifying regularity. The citizens of Dawnsbury are afraid, and time has come for heroes to take up the burden of responsibility and save this beautiful town from the sinister clouds gathering over it.
Okay. Pretty straightforward, right? World-ending calamity is drawing all the people away, and thus our hometown heroes here are the only ones who can step up to deal with the orcs and the kobolds and apparently the volcano. So, we've got retraining options in the shop. We've got the quest for the golden candelabra. You gather in the Dawnsbury main square and glance nervously at the nearby horizon. Soon, the time will come for you to begin your first quest. But before that, you'd best get yourselves ready. You shrug off your anxiety, sit down in the grass, and discuss battle tactics with your friends and teammates. While in Dawnsbury, you're in downtime mode. You can retrain your party and buy and sell items. Your training panel, you can make changes you like. Shift to training under the tutelage of your mentors. If you leave, you'll be locked in. Buy additional equipment. When you're ready, click 1, your first quest to the left to begin the first encounter. Okay, here comes our first encounter. We're going to see how I do. At the edge of Dawnsbury, your mentor Roderick gives you final instructions for your first quest. But scarcely is he done, you're already set upon by danger. Okay, so we have some difficulty options here. Easy, medium, hard, and insane. We'll go with medium here. I want the standard experience, and we'll begin the encounter and see how it goes.
If you encounter any undead, remember they are weak to positive energy.
So we'll cast Heal on them, using all 3 actions so we hit all of them at once. Right, Roderick?
Yes. I don't think there will be any undead, but the temple with the candelabra has been abandoned for 7 years, and you know how these things go. And kobolds have been swarming in the woods lately. If they ambush you, they will likely attempt to flank you.
So we will focus them one by one to reduce their numbers. We know all this, Elder. You trained us well and we are ready to prove our worth. Give us your blessing, and we will go.
Blessing? But Roderick isn't a cleric. Only clerics can cast Bless.
Even so, I agree with Togdar. We are ready, Roderick.
I know you are. Then I will waste your time no longer. Dawnsbury 4. Your quest is to find and retrieve the Golden Candelabra, an ancient artifact that protected our town for generations. Go to the abandoned temple to the east and descend into the sanctum. Find the candelabra, take it, and come back. Dawnsbury depends on you, and you are ready. Good luck.
We'll make you proud, Roderick.
Okay.
The temple is 10 miles east, largely through a forest. If we leave now, we'll get there before nightfall.
Then let's leave now, friends. My blade thirsts for victory.
Are we really going on a real quest? Just the 4 of us?
Of course, Sappy. We are the Dawnsbury 4. We're adventurers now.
Wait! I hear something. 2 small humanoids approaching through the undergrowth from the east.
Bah! So you saw our ambush. No matter. We will defeat you, and then I will become the new battle leader.
2 kobold warriors, untrained, poorly equipped. My assessment? Trivial threat.
Look at yourself, pitiful creature. You are frail and outnumbered. Flee now, or you will die here.
Gah! We not listen to stupid orc. We fight.
Very well then. We fight. Places, everyone, just like we rehearsed. Let's show these brigands what the Dawnsbury 4 can do.
Okay, so now things get complicated as I strive to learn how this system works in video game form. Looks like, let's take a look at our initiative first. Looks like Safi is first, followed by Kobold Warrior B. Then, so this is my Animist, my Sorcerer, my Ranger, and my Alchemist is last. My Alchemist being up front last is not great. So Kobold Warrior B is going to get to go. So our best bet is probably to do something to stop him from taking actions if we can. Obviously, he's going to need to, at the very least, stride over towards our front line here, which our positioning is not great. Let's see. What can Safi do? So he can make a strike with a sling, cast some spells. Let's see what else we have here. We've got our 3 actions here listed. Oh, this is interesting. There's a little hover in the bottom right here. Tree blocks line of effect and movement, but allows for movement across its corners. Okay. What are maneuvers here? Reposition, create a diversion. Can I open your character sheet? I can see stuff here. Okay. So let's see. He's trained in crafting, medicine, nature, occultism, religion. So not trained in deception or athletics. That's fair. We've got a strike with the sling. Range increment of 50 feet. So that's an option. Now, this guy is not debuffed in any way yet. So I'm wondering if we should do something about that. We do have delay. We have our inventory. We can ready an action. Prepare to aid. So let's look at our spells here. I don't remember choosing these, but okay. Protector tree. You create a protector tree in an unoccupied square within range. The tree has AC 10 and 10 HP. Whenever an ally adjacent to the tree is hit by a strike, the tree interposes its branches and takes the damage first. Now, this would be burning a level 1 spell for a level -1 Kobold Warrior. I don't think that's the call. No valid target in range for Tangle Vine or Telekinetic Projectile. Okay, what about my Animist spells? Daze, Divine Lance, Concordant Choir. So Daze provides a will saving throw, deals damage, and on a crit fail, stuns the target. Now, I happen to know that Kobolds have pretty low will scores. Yeah, they've got high reflex, but low fortitude and will saves. So Daze here might be a really good option to try to debuff and maybe even stun this guy on a crit fail. At the very worst, we probably get some damage out of it. It's a basic will save, so even on a success, he'll take half damage. That seems like a good option. Now, this costs 2 movement. These guys can throw their spear. They do have a ranged option, so getting into some cover would be a good play. So I could daze and then run up behind this rock. or possibly back here. What is the range on days? 60 feet. We also have the option to make an attack against the spell, the target's AC. 16 is about average here. The will save is low. I think going with days is the right call. So if I click days here, choose target for days or right click to cancel. All right, so we want to go. Interesting. We've got some statistics here. Fail chance is 65%, crit fail 20%. I like that. Let's actually cancel here and see what our chances are for Divine Lance. Hit chance 60, crit chance 10%. Okay. No, I think I like days better here. It's got that extra 5% and a much higher crit fail chance. So I think we'll open here with the days from our Animist. Let's see what happened here. So Kobold Warrior B failed. He rolled 14 versus our spell save DC of 17. So that is a failure. Okay. So if he had rolled, he has a +3. So if he had rolled 4 or lower, he would have crit failed. Still, he took 5 points of damage there. That's a great opener. He still gets to act, which means he probably attacks our Alchemist, which isn't great. Our boy here has 1 action left. Now, he could make a Sling Strike. There's no multiple attack penalty because he cast that spell, and he is pretty far back. They would have to stride twice to get to him, and there's other characters in front, so I could move him, or I could make this Sling Strike. Let's see what the chance to hit is. Not super great. It's basically a coin flip. But if we hit, we take this guy out before he gets to act. So it's that or stride into safety or some better location. You know, I'm gonna take the coin flip here. That's a miss. Okay. So we're gonna end our turn, and this kobold's gonna get to go. Yeah, he did a stride and 2 strikes. Luckily, he missed both. Okay, next up is Tokdar. Tokdar, our sorcerer, has the Intimidating Glare and Blood Magic abilities for Intimidation, which I quite like. When you use a focus spell or Bloodline granted non-cantrip spell. Yeah, I don't know if we want to do that against these guys. We could try to intimidate first. Now, how exactly would I go about doing that? Other actions. Here we go, demoralize. Okay, so I had to left click on this guy to bring stuff up, and I can actually, this is really interesting. It'll show me my chances. Okay. So main actions, cast a spell. I could use my focus spell or a cantrip here. All of these cost 2 actions except guidance. Elemental toss only costs 1. Just deals 1d8. That's a focus spell, okay. I don't think we need to be burning level 1s here. I like the idea of intimidating first or demoralizing first to gain that bonus, both for myself and for the rest of the team. And then, let's see. This target's AC 2d4. If the target's within reach, it's not. 1d4 plus 4 is sort of interesting. Benefits from flanking. Persistent bleed. I mean, if we hit, we're going to kill this guy, but that's ranged touch. Reflex. Yeah, I think, excuse me. Either way, we're going against the AC. So 1d4 plus 4 is probably the play here, rather than ignition. In fact, this is strictly always better than ignition, as far as I can tell. Unless I'm in touch range. Is Produce Flame just better? Why am I getting this +4? Probably from my heritage or something. But yeah. So in melee, this becomes 2d6. In melee, this can benefit from flanking. A crit success here not only does double damage, but also adds persistent fire. So the only real benefit of Produce... Well, no, there's... Would I generally always want to use Produce Flame here with this +4 I'm getting from something? I feel like I would. It's like strictly better always, except for the 2d6 here. So if I think... Even on a 2d6, expected damage is what? This is 2.5 plus 4 is 6.5. And this would be, on 2d6, would be 7. So this is slightly better in some cases, but usually I'm going to want to use Produce Flame. Okay, I think I have a plan here. So we're going to try to demoralize first. He becomes Frightened 1, excellent. And then we'll go ahead and use Produce Flame. Now that he's frightened. Critical hit. 16 damage. Very nice. Okay. That's a good 2 turns. Now, Anacosta here, our frontline ranger, actually, because I suboptimally built her, has less AC than she really should, but she does have some high HP. So what I could do here is, let's see. I could take out my bow and take a shot. Or I could stride in. What is her move speed here? She have 25, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I could get to here. She does have reach as well, which is interesting. And she doesn't have reactive strike or anything. In terms of maneuvers, we could go for like a grapple to stop him from moving in on this guy. She is strong with athletics, but I think you have to be adjacent. I don't know if Kitty Corner counts as adjacent. We've got Trip Shove. She's not going to be super great at Demoralize. We could Hunt Prey as well. I don't know if we need to do that here. That lets us get the Flurry. For a second attack, we reduce our map penalty. But in this case, well, I could do it now. But I don't know if he's going to last a full round. Probably not. I think I want to stride and maybe strike twice from reach. Let's just see what that feels like. Okay, click again to confirm move. Let's move there. Let's strike with our Ranseur. So the chance to hit here is 55. I could feint and then strike to make him off guard. That's probably better than 2 strikes, right? Did I train her in Deception? I did. Well, she has Deception +4. Yeah. Okay, let's go for a feint. Flat-footed, excellent. And now our Ranseur strike has a higher chance to hit.
All threats eliminated. I detect no more enemies in the area.
We won, Scarlet! We won!
Excellent work, team. Now, let's rest a little, and then we set off for the abandoned temple.
Okay, that felt pretty good. I feel like taking the time to kind of assess my options, use the tools the game is giving me. We had essentially a flawless victory. No damage taken, no resources expended. Felt like that went pretty well. Obviously, this was the very first fight. It was a trivial threat against 2, level -1 Kobold Warriors. Not the biggest fight of all time. But we picked up a bark skin potion, another healing potion, 6 gold pieces, and learned how the game plays. Very interesting. So if we proceed, this takes us back to town for a short rest. Okay. A short reprieve. You can't stay here for long, but you have enough time to refocus. You took a short 10-minute break. You healed to full HP. You regained all focus points. You looted some potions from the kobolds. You can enter the party tab below and assign the potions to your characters. If you don't, the potions will remain in your party inventory, but you won't be able to use them in combat until you assign them to a character. Okay. If I go to party here, who wants this bark skin potion? You gain resistance 2 to bludgeoning and piercing damage for the rest of the encounter. You also gain weakness 3 to fire, but after you take fire damage, you can dismiss the potion's effect. All right, well, our front liner probably wants this. Oh, these stack? Oh, that's helpful. I didn't realize they stacked. Who else is likely to need... Let's see, you've got 16 hit points, 19, 17. I guess we'll throw this extra healing potion over here. Go back to the adventure path. What is pre-combat preparations here? Oh, to choose our primary... Yeah, okay. We can swap around our primary apparitions if we need to. Guys, I'm going to call that the episode. This was a long one primarily because we spent the first half doing character creation. But I feel like this is a really, really interesting game and a really interesting tool to learn the Pathfinder 2nd Edition system. Obviously, it's not a perfect one-to-one reproduction of the tabletop rules. There's some things that have been hand-waved away, and you don't get the full access to all of the content that Paizo has created. But just going through character creation and a simple combat really felt good. It felt like it helped me reinforce the rules I've read in the player guide, Player Core 1 and the GM Core to get into the mindset of what it's like to play these characters, to think tactically, to think on the party level. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that first combat. I'm looking forward to more. I hope you guys are as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys stick around for more of Dawnsbury Days here. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.